Hi everyone. This is my 1957 Chevy truck. It's sitting on a 1990 Dodge Cummins chassis, all 1-ton drivetrain. The cab's a 1-ton. It came off a 1-ton 14-foot car hauler chassis. Just the cab. The front fenders and the hood were off of a different truck. The front fenders are off of a 2-ton grain truck. The 1-ton's a 3800, as you can see in the emblem. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got that beautiful Cummins in it. Boy, I love that truck. That engine makes this thing run down the road pretty good. I used a 8-foot step side box. Used the floor out of the Dodge, and the box is off the 57 or a 57, right around there. The floor is off the Dodge, so it bolted right onto the frame. And then I cut into the box and mounted those toolboxes, and I had put some mud flaps on there. I'll give you a little closer look of the truck. You can see the tailgate of the old truck and tail lights and homemade mud flaps. You can see the Dodge floor. Some might say, why in the world did you put a Chevy truck on a Dodge frame? Well, I have to tell you, it's a whole lot easier to build it that way than to have to try to modify the old Chevy frame to get a 1-ton 4-wheel drive suspension and transmission transfer case all mounted in there. And you could see that box fits pretty decent on there. You see I got airbags on it. It's custom cab mounts I built. It's bolt right on. If you ever see these old trucks, they're usually on a Blazer frame. They're not put together too well. They look kind of shoddy. Hate to say that to some of you guys, but just never seen one that turned out very well. And that's the frame of the Dodge, and made my own bumper brackets. Used the Chevy truck bumper brackets, and then used Dodge brackets and interchanged them. You can kind of see how the fenders don't line up exactly on the grill, but I'll work on that later. I drive this truck every day, so I'll give you a quick glance at under the hood. Now don't laugh too much. The wiring isn't exactly the best, and that's what I do for a living, but I was using the old Dodge wiring, and it's kind of running out of time when I put it together, so I do need to get back at wiring it. But you sure can't complain about an old truck with a Cummins motor in it. It's only 160 or 170 horsepower motor, which isn't all that much, but I'll tell you, for a 57 Chevy truck, sure makes this truck drive down the road nice. I take trips out to Moab, Utah from here in northern Colorado, hauling a dune buggy and stuff like that, and a camper. It just runs like a newer truck. Here's another shot of it. So I tell you, these emblems were almost impossible to find. 1-ton trucks were used up for work. They were rarely a luxury vehicle, so to find an emblem, because when I found this truck there was nothing on it. It was just a gutted old cab on a chassis, a 1-ton chassis. There's the inside. Leather seats. I thought they were out of a Chevy, and I found out later they were out of a Japanese vehicle. God darn it. I was sure hoping it was going to be American stuff throughout in this truck. I did it steering column. Love that steering column. That thing works so well. Also put it's called a vintage air heating and air conditioning unit in it. Man, does that thing work nice. It's as good as factory, or even better. You also see the little gauge up on the dash. That's a Snow Performance water methanol injection unit. It works good. I'm still working out some of the bugs on it, but it works. In I don't know if you can see there, but she's a 5-speed manual tranny truck. So I had to hang all the pedals and everything up under here, and yes, I did use the Dodge pedals. Wanted to use as much of the Dodge stuff to make the truck work as factory, but then do a lot of trick stuff like the Chevy column and the you know, the cab and the box and stuff and the fenders. It's my daily driver. It's not a show truck, so this truck gets used and gets used hard. That's where I had to mount the battery, because there was no room to put a battery, you know, under the hood with that turbo in the way. And then it's really cool, these boxes, they fold, the doors fold down, so they make nice little shelves when you're out either camping or working. Didn't put the gas tank in behind the seat. The gas tank, or the fuel tank actually, is in the frame, but that worked out, you know, good having it in the frame. My goal was to actually use the water methanol injection unit. It's hard to see behind the seat, but the tank actually sits back there, and I was going to tap it into the filler neck there. Just never got around to it. It was kind of a little gift to myself. This last year is buying a slider window for the old truck. Boy, that is so nice. That sun doesn't bake your head, and to be able to open that back window is just awesome. And I don't know if you noticed, but that is a brand spanking new windshield. Brand new spanking windshield and windshield seal. It's my second brand new windshield in this truck. A rock hit the windshield right about here, the size of a softball. Came up off of a semi. Man, it scared the heck out of me. But that's what happens, you know. I've been mix matching parts, and you could hear that door closes pretty decent. Those are original doors, and you know, the hood's not the original hood. The front fenders aren't original, but as you can tell, the door's original. Those are real bullet holes. They came in the truck when I got it. I think it'd been sitting out in the field, and somebody was using it for target practice. You should have seen the front fender. It was peppered with shotgun pellets. Not much else to say about it, except, like I said, it's a Cummins with a Get Rag 5-speed. Not a great tranny, but it works good. As long as you're easy on it. Turn the pump up a little bit and smoke screw a little bit. Haven't done much else to her besides the water methanol injection. It's got 285/75 R16 tires on it, BFGs. I love them. Don't drive a ton, so it's not like they wore out. I've had them on this truck for 5 years, but she's a cool old truck. Scrounged up those old West Coast mirrors for it, and that's about it. Not much else to say about the old truck, but I had somebody asking if they could find out a little bit more about it, so I thought I'd throw it on YouTube. Well, you guys have a great rest of your weekend, or in the near future. Have a good one. Take it easy.